Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have the update for my THOSE Eyeshadows project pan. So unfortunately I had some technical difficulties. I did actually film an update for August, but then when I, a couple of days later, sat down, or a couple of days, like a week later because I got sick, when I sat down to edit, the file was corrupted. So like the entire beginning was just not there. But then I had already started working on the shadow that I enrolled, and I just didn't want to like make a new video. So here we are. I decided to showcase all of the shadows for you today. So if you're wondering why I have so many shadows swatched out, it's because I'm like taking some from last update that never showed up on my channel and give it to you now. So this project pan was created by Alexi. She doesn't upload anymore, but I have her channel linked down below. The way I do it is that I work on 6 shades at a time. One is handpicked by me and the rest are randomly generated from my entire collection. If I get a matte black or a pressed glitter, I only have to work on that 10 times, but otherwise, you know, the goal is always to hit pan, but if I have used a shadow 20 times and there is still no pan, I can roll it out if I want to. So, as I said, we have more than 6 shades to talk about today, because last update, the one that I could not upload to you, I had rolled out one shade, and that is this top shade here. This one is the shade Positive. From my bPerfect Dream Big Manifest palette. So this is a very nice purple matte shade, and the pans in this palette are not that deep. So I was able to hit pan on this shade. You can see what it has looked like throughout the updates, but last time, or when I filmed, I had hit pan on this one after only 10 uses. So this is what it's looking like today. And I'm gonna show you the clip where I enrolled like the shade. Yeah, because I rolled this shade out last update and I rolled in this shade down here. So I'm just gonna cue the clip for you now where I show what shade I enrolled, because I had some use on it. I didn't want to remake this project, so that is what happened. So here you go. Okay, so I am just so when the technology is not doing what you want it to do. It is just so fun, always. Anyways, now we get to talk about the real color story for this month, which is these 6 shades here. So this first one here is from my Juvia's Place, the Nomad palette, and it's the 5th shade in this palette. It is a very nice shimmer, like goldy green shade. It's very neutral, and I like to have colorful makeup, but I can still work with my neutrals as if I want to. So, since the last update, or since rolling this shade in, I have used it 9 times. Is that correct? Did I miss marking any? And yeah, you can see what it has looked like throughout. I find it quite easy to hit pan on Juvia's shades shimmers, and this is what we're looking like today. So we do have this nice pan in the middle there. This palette now has 3 pans, which is exciting. I did work on all my Juvia's Place palettes last year and hit pan on all of them, but it still got randomly generated, so I had to roll with the punches. But we are rolling out the Juvia's Place palette, and I hope I'm not gonna roll a Juvia's Place in its place. But you know, you know, with my luck, we will probably do that. The next shade here, it's looking a bit muddy because I think I had some shimmer from the other swatch. It's this pale pink shade. And that one comes from the Juvia's Place in collaboration with Juvia's Place. Everything in my head is Juvia's Place now. Oden's Eye palette in collaboration with JUDY. It's the Spring Dragon palette. It's that pastel color story, which was really, really nice for the spring. Love the packaging on this palette, I always say. I am in my dragon era. I want all the dragons. So, the shade I rolled in is called Flora. And you can see what it has been looking like since rolling it in. As of today, I have used Flora 13 times. One of those times being today. I have used it in my crease, which is like the most common way I use it. Also, I'm also using it as a blush. And okay, this is what Flora is looking like. So we do have a great dip in this shadow. I hope I will be able to pan within 20 uses. I still haven't decided if I'm gonna keep it in after 20 uses because like the dip is so big, but the pan might be super, super deep. I think they are quite deep. It is it's pretty powdery because I use it often in my crease with a bit of a fluffier brush, and it does have a lot kicks up in the pan, and it's not it's not very, very color, it doesn't have much color to it, so you have to really build it up, which is probably why I have such a dip. But yeah, that is Flora, and it's gonna remain in the project for at least 7 more uses. Then we have a matte brown shade here. This shade is from my Kaima Cosmetics Skulls and Roses palette. This is also a pretty new palette in my collection. This is a very grungy dark palette, perfect for this season. And the shade is called Savage. So, today I have used Savage 12 times. I am using it today on my outer corner, and you can see also how it has been looking since rolling it in. I mean, it's just a matte brown. I have a dog who wants to pass. So it's not the most exciting shade, but this is what we're looking like today after 12 uses. So there is a dip, but not as much as the Flora shade. Don't know how deep these pans are. Pan might be very close, or it might be super, super deep. No clue. But it is gonna remain in the project. This palette is so nice. Do you see all the multi-chromeness here? Absolutely beautiful. But yeah, we have at least 8 more uses, and I think after 8 uses I'm gonna roll it out because it's just a brown and I want to rotate through my shadows. Then we have a bright green shade here. This one comes from such a seasonally appropriate palette that time of year. The Christmas palette from Gourmande Girls a couple of years ago. Rolling this one in the middle of summer was perfect. But I mean, it's a bright green. I love green eyeshadow, so I can't complain even if it's a Christmas palette. So this shade is called Cheer. And I think I had used Cheer 1 time last update, the update that I didn't upload. And since that, I have actually used it 5 more times. So I have used it 6 times today. And this is what, you can see a dog tail in the back there. This is what Cheer is looking like. So, we still have Hilda. Lägg dig. Yeah. So there is still some kind of imprint here, and yeah, we have a long way to go. I am hoping to roll in something more appropriate because these pinks, purple, brown, they have all gone together very well, and this green has just been an off color. So I hope to roll in something more green now so I can use this a lot more than just 5 times. Then I have this shade here. It's like a pink to a green duochrome shade. This is my hand-picked shade, and I chose this because it was pink and green, so I thought, you know, I can use it with the pinks and purples, but I can also use it with that green if I want to. That one comes from the Sugar Dreams palette by Sugar Drizzle, and yeah, it is a very nice, very like shimmery, sparkly shade. I love it. I have used this. It's the shade Candy Clouds. So since rolling this one in, I have used it 16 times now. So quite a lot. And this is what it's looking like. So there you see the little pan. Very happy. It took longer than I expected, but I'm not mad at it. It was a joy to work on this palette. I have used this shade quite a lot on my inner corner. It's a very nice, like subtle, shifty shade that has gone absolutely wonderful with everything else that I've been panning. So we are going to roll out that one, and I'm gonna handpick a new shade on my own. And then finally, as you saw, I did enroll this purple shade here. It's kind of dusty, not very high impact. And it comes from my Sensorium Beauty, the chapter 1. So it is the shade Autopsy in the middle here. And I have used this quite a lot. I have used it 9 times, so not quite a lot. I am using it on my lower lashes today, and I am also working it into my liner a little bit. But after 9 uses, these pans are not super deep. So we are looking like this now. So we still don't have a pan, but you can see that the dip is quite extensive. So pan will probably be here quite soon. You see on the shade above where the pan is, like, it's not, the shades are not that deep. So hopefully it will only take a couple of more uses to hit pan, which makes me happy. It is not the most fun shade to work on, I have to admit, but you know, we have to abide by the panning god's laws. It's just what we have to do. But my friends, that means that we are going to roll out this shade from Juvia's place and this hand-picked shade, and we are going to roll in 2 new shades, I will bring in 2 new shades. So one shade will be randomly generated, and I did a little declutter. So I currently have 3,311 shadows in my collection. I got rid of about like 25 palettes or something. You should watch my eyeshadow palette collection video if you have not. But we're gonna generate one shade, so let's see what we get. 3,244. 3,244 is from my Oden's Eye Solmåne 2. It's the one they released this summer, and it's the shade Crater. So let me get that palette, and also let me get the handpicked the palette that I handpick, or the shade that I handpick myself, and I will be right back. Okay, I am back. We need to re-roll the shade Crater. This is the Solmåne 2. The shade Crater is this pink. And I mean, it has a bit more purple or like bright pink. That is Crater and that is Flora, but I'm just not gonna do that. So we have to re-roll. Let me do that. So let's see. 1033. Okay, so 1033 is from my like Little Mermaid palette by Zoda. It's the Under the Sea, and it's the shade Arista. Let me get that. This is the palette. Arista is this bright orange here. That's a shade. That is absolutely a shade. Okay, where are we going? I don't know. Anyways, I think, let me pick with you. I am going to try and pan all of my sugar drizzle palettes, so I think I'm gonna pick this one. This is the Mojito because summer, and I know it's not summer, but look at this yummy green color story. Like thinking about the green that I am currently working on. But then the question is, what shade should I pan from this palette? So we have this very nice blue and green, and we have this more yellow green. This yellow in the middle, or that. One of these. And which? Like honestly, this one could work with that orange. Let me just swatch it next to it, or maybe not. Or this one. I think I'm gonna go with the shade I was planning. Yeah. It's probably gonna be pretty easy to pan on this one because it is a bit more chunky. But I'm gonna pick the shade Give Me Some Sugar. This middle shade here. It's like a yellow with a green flip. There you can see it's swatched out on my head. It is absolutely gorgeous. And this one will work with that orange, but with the green as well. So I am going traveling, and I'm not gonna bring all of the palettes here, but this palette I think I will be bringing because you have some very fun shades to play around with, and I think I want to bring this one on my trip. So, what do we think about this new color story? It is quite messy. I can't wait to get rid of these 3 shades because they feel very bland looking at the rest of the swatches. But yeah, this is the old color story, and then we have the new one. So quite a new turn with that orange there. But yeah, that is gonna be it for this update. I do hope that I have sound. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please say hi in the comments. I always love to hear from you, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys. Okay. I am an idiot. Okay, I can't read apparently. I said that I rolled the shade Arista, and then I swatched the shade Athena, and Arista is that shade, not this shade. So let me make some changes here. It's making me sad to remove that orange for something. I did swatch it next to the other shade, the brown shade, but I think I'm gonna work with this one. Okay. I mean, they are similar. They are similar. Let's do it like this. I'm gonna work on the shade that I said. Athena and not Arista. So I'm gonna go for that orange. Am I cheating now? Do you hate me? I just feel like it's just gonna be like I either pick a brown on the other corner or I pick this red. And it's no fun, and I don't want to re-roll entirely, so I'm just gonna go with my stupidity and roll in Athena and not Arista. Alright? Now the video is done. Bye bye!